Hi, my name is Coach B, the CEO, co-creator of Extraordinary Outcomes. I'm an ordinary person with extraordinary aspirations who believes in living life fully alive. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Solution Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm Coach B, the CEO, co-creator of Extraordinary Outcomes. Tonight's topic, self-development and self improvement. What's the difference? Let me tell you the title or the theme for tonight: self development and self improvement. What's the difference? Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, leave a comment. If you're looking for me on YouTube, it is Coach B dash the CEO. And I'm also on Facebook under Lala Boyer. You can find me there as well. If you would like to come up, be on camera, have a real time conversation about today's topic, feel free to hit the link. You can only hit the link, I believe, in YouTube. So that means that you would have to come to my channel, hit the link, it's in the description. I will see you in the studio and I'll bring you up and we can have a discussion on today's topic: self development and personal development. What's the difference? First, let me give a shout out to everybody who is out there in New York City. I just saw a video of all of the protesters that are out there who are advocating for their rights. I see I have someone that came to visit. Hi, Sherry. Hey, how you doing? She's out there on Facebook. Thank you for the support. And there are people out there protesting. There's a lot going on in the world. Something about tariffs, something about the stock market tanking. Again, people are worried. They're trying to find a way and or a solution to deal with all of these changes that are happening in our day-to-day life. And why do I have this channel? Because I want to be a voice of support. I want to be a voice of accountability. And I want to give us something positive to think about. Not saying that we don't need to be concerned about how these other circumstances impact our lives. However, if we're only doing worrying, if we're only worrying, I had to get my thought together. If we're only worrying and we're not putting in, if we're not putting in a plan, a strategy on how to cope with this, then that's all we're going to do is worry. So that's the importance of this channel. This channel here is for what? Self improvement, self development. This channel is designed to bring us, you and I, peace of mind during turbulent times. So, today's topic: self development and self improvement. What's the difference? Let's get into it. Let's get into it. What's the difference? What's the difference? So, when you think about self development, we're normally thinking on a broad aspect or broad stroke. So, when we're thinking about development of oneself, we're thinking big picture, right? Big picture. What do I want my life to look like 5 years, 10 years? What are my values? What are my priorities? What am I learning? The self-discovery. What am I learning about myself? What is it that I want to improve upon? Which brings me to the other side of self-improvement. Self-improvement is opposite than self-development in that it's more specific. It's more specific. So when I think about self improvement, I'm thinking about skills. I'm thinking about developing new skills, or enhancing skills that I already have. So some skills that you might want to develop or already have, want to get better at, might be coping skills, might be communication skills, might be money management, might be time management, it might be boundary management. When we think along those lines, we're thinking very specifically, we're thinking about performance and skills. What is it in my personal development, a singular area that I want to improve upon? For me, doing video content is something that I want to improve upon. So what am I doing on on occasions? I'm watching other videos. I'm watching what works, what doesn't work. What type of platforms or tools do I need to improve the quality of the video, because it's not something that I know well. However, it's something that I want to improve upon, because I want to improve upon getting my message out there. Now, if I was thinking about self development, why am I doing it for the purpose of self development? Well, I want to give something back to my community. That's really important. I want to give something back to my community in these turbulent times. If you know the history of this channel actually started at the height of the pandemic. And when it started because, just like now, wanted to give something back to the community, something positive for us to focus on. And I said, well, what is it I'm passionate about? What is it that I love doing? What is it that I feel that I can contribute? And what is that? Coaching. Coaching. So being a life coach allows me to help people do what? Build on their self development or their self improvement, or both. Some people have big picture. What's my purpose in life? How do I exercise my values and my principles? Other people have things that are more specific to them: time management, money management, coping skills. Again, if you look, you can hear and see the difference. One is broad, big picture. What's my purpose in life? What makes me feel fulfilled? What are my values? What are my principles? What are my morals? Am I living into those things? The self discovery, the self awareness. So when I think self development, I'm thinking big picture. I don't need a specific skill in order to do X, Y, and Z. But what I do need is the opportunity and time to examine where I'm at in life and where it is that I want to be. So, how do both of them complement each other? If it's a particular thing that I want to do, for instance, I want to grow my channel, but I need a certain set of skills in order to do that. So, personal development means big picture. I want to feed my community. I want to give them something positive to think about. I want to give them tools. I want to give them tips. I want to give them techniques on what? Self development and self improvement. Self improvement, smaller scale. Well, what do I need to be able to do that? How am I going to do a video? Do I have a platform to stream it on? Do I have topics? Am I doing the research? X, Y, and Z, more specific, and it's focused generally in one area. So a lot of times people have areas in their life that they want to focus on for personal development. Again, some topics might include money management, time management, stress management, coping skills, relationship management, communication skills. They have a particular area, a specific area that they want to improve upon. Again, it could be something that they know that they're improving upon, or it could be something that they don't know and they're improving because they're gaining knowledge in that particular area. Self development is, you know what, I'm looking at the big picture in my life. I'm looking at the big picture in my life. What are my values? Are my values in alignment? Are my values in alignment with what I'm doing for a living. And it brings me back to today, as I started off saying, I just want to congratulate all the people that are out there, in the rain and the cold, who are, protesting about something that they value, something that they believe in, something that they want to take a stand in. So it doesn't take skills to go to a protest. You don't need personal development for that. But self development says, you know what? There's a whole world that I'm included in. What's important to me? What's important to the people I love? What's important to my community? How can I take a stand and have my voice heard? Now, if I'm at a protest and I am a speaker at the protest, then that would be what? That would be self improvement, because there's a particular skill set that I need, such as public speaking. I may need to do the research on what the issues are. So when I'm out there motivating people and generating energy for the cause, that I can have an intelligent conversation with those people. So that would be what? The self improvement. So some people go to protest because they what? They want to be a part of, they want their voices heard. And then you have people who lead organized protests. Those are people who are doing what? They're practicing self improvement. I want to advocate, I want to be a part of something. What skills do I need to have? I'll give you an example. I was out one day watching somebody speak at a protest. But when they first started, they couldn't get the megaphone to work. They didn't know what buttons to press. They didn't know how to hold it, how close to their mouth, how far away. What level of tone should they use? Should they be like almost yelling into the megaphone, or should they just talk quietly and let the megaphone do its job and do what? Amplify that what they're saying. So personal development would be, or personal improvement, self improvement would be, oh, I'm going to speak. Let me learn how to use that megaphone. Let me know how to speak into it. Let me know how it operates. Then we got the development. Let me be out there in the protest. When we're thinking about self development and self improvement, they complement one another. So I could be developing, I could be looking at my overall life, and I could be looking at areas that I feel very grateful for. And then I can have some areas in my life, you know what? I feel like I've been neglecting. So maybe that means I take that segment of my life and I look at it a little bit more closer under self improvement. So, what would I do? I might need to take some time aside and say, you know something, for the most part, my life is going really well, really, really well. But I have this area that I really want to improve upon, because if I improve in this particular area, it will change the quality of my life in terms of my self development. So I don't want to overemphasize the importance of having both self improvement alongside with self development. Again, self development and self improvement. What's the difference? Self development, broader, self improvement, more specific, targeting a specific area. Self development, broad, overall, looking at the larger landscape of quality of life issues. I hope that this has been helpful and useful to you. Thank you for joining me today for Solution Saturdays at 6 p.m. My name is Coach B. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment. And I'll see you next Saturday.